take the necessary steps, God definitely would crown our efforts with greater glory. Because I was selling liquid soap in class doesn't mean that is what I will end up doing in the future. This business can actually make me an employer. Yes, so there is a saying that we should not despise the days of our little beginning. It was literally a little beginning for me, and I celebrated it. I appreciated it. I produced my soap and I carried my market for head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to learn to market your products. Don't be shy about what you do. Say it. Tell people. Let them know this is what you do. The fact that you're delivering value, let them know this is what you do, and let them patronize you. If truly you have friends, they should be your first customers. That was what I was doing. I was taking it to my friends. Those in my hostel, they know I sell liquid soap. They call me Iya Oloshe. Iya Oloshe. That was literally what they were calling me. Why? Because the way I market my product, I make you want to buy. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Chidima Blessing. If it's your first time on this channel, hello, thank you for coming and thank you for clicking on this video. But if you're returning to this channel, thank you for coming again. So guys, in today's video, I'll be sharing with us the step-by-step procedure on starting your own liquid soap business. That is, I'll be showing you the step-to-step process of starting up your own liquid soap business and how you can market this product and how you can make profit in marketing or from the sales of your liquid soap business. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so welcome back guys. So the first thing you hear people talk about when it comes to business is, before you start up a business, the first thing to do is to draft a business plan. Now the importance of planning cannot be overemphasized. It is best that before you begin a thing, okay, there's a saying that he who fails to plan plans to fail. Or is that who plans to fail fails to plan? Okay, he who fails to plan plans to fail. So it is very important that whatever it is you want to begin, it is important that you plan. So to begin this liquid soap business, the first thing you have to consider is to plan. Make plans as regards the quantities, like what to begin with, the amount you want to invest into the business. Like when I started mine, I guess, okay, I was a student when I started my liquid soap business, and as at that time I had just 4,000 naira. I literally started my business with 4,000 naira. Now what happened was, I didn't have so much capital. I didn't have so much, but I had this 4,000 naira, and I was just, brainstorming on a business to do, a business that I can start up with this 4,000 naira. So I picked up my pen and I, of course, a book, and I was just calculating, okay, to produce a particular liters or quantity of liquid soap requires so amount. I wasn't so sure of the amount, but because in my school then we did this entrepreneurship skill. Yes, we did this skill acquisition course, and I chose body cream, liquid soap, and balm and bar soap. That was what I chose. And I remembered when we wanted to do a kind of assignment, we were given an assignment to produce our liquid soap, and I discovered the money we were able to contribute in producing this I think we produced the kind of, I think 10 liters or 15 liters of liquid soap. Wasn't so much. As at then, I think we were 10 in a group. We were 10 in my group, and we contributed 2,000 naira, and with 2,000 naira we were able to produce our soap. So at that moment I sat down because I didn't know who to ask. My classmates were just like me, they too didn't really know per se what to do. So what I did was I just had to okay, let me just finish with the planning. I sat down and I planned. I said, okay, fine, if we can produce this quantity of liquid soap with this amount, then I should be able to produce this amount with my 4,000. If you're planning, you're also going to plan on yes, that's the capital. You plan on how to package. You plan the packaging. Do you want to buy this kind of new branded plastics, or you just want to recycle plastics? Use whatever plastic you see around. But when I was planning, I planned on recycling plastic because I had just 4,000 naira. Yes, I had just 4,000 naira. So I planned on recycling plastics. This Coca-Cola bottles, you know, and then maybe anyone that wants to order for like a kind of 5 liters quantity of my liquid soap, or the 2.5 liters, what I do is I can now go and buy the plastic. I was literally buying my plastic one after the other, that is the 5 liters, you know, because I was trying to manage my 4,000 naira. So the best thing to do is to sit down, count the cost, count the cost, count the cost. Through wisdom, the Bible says, through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it is established. So it is better that we sit down to count the cost, sit down and plan. I have this amount, okay, what do I have to buy? What do I have? What must I not buy now, you know, as a starter? What do I have to buy? But if you have so much, you can also plan with the so much money you have. Plan on what to do. Do you want to buy your own branded plastic? Do you want to, you know, these are things you have to do, okay? So back to the next thing I feel we should do is for a small business, if you want to start the way I started my own liquid soap business, the next thing after planning, you know, with what you have, is to, okay, if you're deciding to, you know, start a mega kind of chemical or liquid soap business, the next thing I feel you should do is to register your company. But for a small business, if you're starting the way I started very small with my 4,000 naira. Of course, I did not consider registering the business, but the next thing I thought of doing was to think about my brand name. I needed a brand, I needed an identity, and then I just sat down and I was meditating, brainstorming, and then my identity came up. Cheese own, no, like God's own production was what I received. God's own production. But I saw, okay, I think what I did was I had to go online and I typed in God's own production, and I discovered so many businesses already had that God's own production, you know, with the God's-own, God's.own, you know, God's own production was already rampant and it was already registered. So I now thought, okay, my name is Chidima, and Chi in my name means God. So I just felt, okay, let me just turn it to Cheese Own. So it's the same as God's own production, but I just had to turn it to Cheese Own. So even if I want to register my business, at least I know, okay, this very particular name, this very identity has not been registered, so I can register. So the next thing to think of is to come up with your brand name. Like I said earlier, I had 4,000 naira, and, you know, I planned on producing my first quantity, which was a few kind of 15 liters. I think 15 liters was like 1,000 naira or thereabout. Was it 15 liters? I can't remember now, but then I think it was 15 liters. I had 4,000 naira and I produced a kind of 15 liters, and I think I spent 1,250 naira for production to buy my chemicals. 1,250 naira to buy my chemicals. And then the next thing, after getting my brand name, I decided to do a sticker. I did a sticker because I actually wanted my production, I wanted my business to be of a kind of, you know, high quality standard, so that when I'm marketing my business, you're seeing that, okay, this business has an identity, there is a brand. So I designed my sticker, and I think I printed for 1,700. I printed over hundreds of copies rather. I printed my sticker, I think for 1,700. I think 100 and something pieces of stickers was what I printed. So that was what I did. I planned, I got my brand name, that's the next thing to do, and then the third thing, I got my sticker ready. All right, so the fourth thing I did was to go to the market. Of course, before going to the market, I already planned myself. Even before printing my sticker, I already, you know, planned myself. I've gotten where I can buy my product. I've done my research. I've contacted 1 or 2 places. I've compared prices to see the best price that I can buy my product. So the next thing I did was I went to the market to purchase my chemicals. And luckily enough for me, I got to the market and I got it cheaper. Like, I got my chemicals cheaper. I was able to print my sticker at that same moment, and then the next thing I did was production. I produced my liquid soap, and after production I packaged in the normal, you know, those normal Pepsi bottles, those normal Coke bottles. That was what I did. I packaged them, and then I think I got a kind of 5 liter. I started very small, like really small. So I had to buy this 5 liters keg, or the 2.5 liter keg. 2.5 liters keg for a start. I didn't buy in large. I just had to buy the samples, the one I can use to, show people and say, okay, fine, I sell this, I sell that. This is 5 liters and it is this amount, it is that amount, this is 2.5, just for sample. I had the samples. But anyone that is now willing to buy, what I do is I can now take extra money from my own personal money, buy kegs, buy the 5-liter keg, package for them, deliver, and then return back my money for the cake. That was what I was doing, because I started my business really small with just 4,000 naira. But I was able to work with this 4,000 naira because I planned. Remember, you have to plan. Even if you're investing millions into a business, the first thing to do is you have to plan. Planning is very important. Planning in every business to be successful, even aside businesses. I think I read a book by Mike Murdoch. He said your daily routines determines how successful you will be. Your daily routines, that is, if you can effectively plan your days, if you can effectively plan your weeks, if you can effectively plan your month, then success is guaranteed. Plan your days. Your daily routines determines how successful or not you'll be. So it is very important to plan everything we are doing outside business. So even if you're starting your business with ₦1 million, with $1 billion, it is best that you plan, because every success is guaranteed when we plan well. Okay, so after buying your chemicals, the next thing to do is to make production, is to produce your soap. Before you jump into production, I understand, I know how it is. Like me, I learned, and then I was so excited to jump into production. I calm down. I know that feeling. Before you jump into production and waste your money, be sure you have learned. Like, you have learned very well how to really produce. Be sure you have learned really well how to really produce. Don't just jump into production and then produce rubbish. No. Be sure you have learned how to, produce the right quantity, in the right quality. Ensure it is the right measurement of chemicals you are adding. Get all your equipment ready. These things are important, and it is very good to know that these equipment you're using for production are not equipment you need to buy around. They are not equipment you need to buy around. They are equipment that you have in your kitchen, you have in your house. So you're not spending so much in buying equipment. The only thing you can spend your money for is just to buy the chemical. That is the major thing you're buying. You're spending your money or using your money to purchase. You're buying your chemicals. And if you have enough money, you can buy plastics for packaging. And then you can go for that to do your sticker. Production of liquid soap doesn't require you spending money in buying bowls. These are things you can get around. All right, so after production, the next thing to do is package. You package, like I packaged in the 50 cl bottles, packaged, and I put in my sticker. I'm going to put down a sample. I'm going to show us a sample of yes, I think I'll add that to this video. I'll just show us a sample of the way I package my product. As a student, I package for student size, and then for homes, for family, I package family size in my 5 liters and 2.5 liters, and like that. Okay, all right. So another thing to do is market. After packaging, the next thing is to market. It is very important that you make people know what you do. If you're a shy person, like if you don't know how to market your product, then probably maybe you'll be the one to use it. The best thing to do is market. After production, take your soap. Like, I was selling liquid soap of 100 naira in my class to my course mates. I wasn't shy about it. I sincerely wasn't sure about it. I just take it to them and say, see, this is what I do. I sell liquid soap and it is 100 naira. You can try it. It foams very well. This is it. Buy this. If you don't like it, that's what I was literally marketing my products everywhere in the classroom. I wasn't sure about it. Of course, people would talk. But truth is, to make money is not easy. And then you just have to do what is right. To make legal money is not easy. But I believe once we do what is right and, take the necessary steps, God definitely would crown our efforts with greater glory. Because I was selling liquid soap in class doesn't mean that is what I will end up doing in the future. This business can actually make me an employer. Yes, it can this business can make me an employer. So there is a saying that we should not despise the days of our little beginning. It was literally a little beginning for me, and I celebrated it. I appreciated it. I produced my soap and I carry my market for head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to learn to market your products. Don't be shy about what you do. Say it. Tell people. Let them know this is what you do. The fact that you're delivering value, let them know this is what you do, and let them patronize you. If truly you have friends, they should be your first customers. That was what I was doing. I was taking it to my friends. Those in my hostel, they know I sell liquid soap. They call me Yaoloshe. Yaoloshe. That was literally what they were calling me. Why? Because the way I market my product, I make you want to buy. So you have to learn, aside production, aside planning, another thing you have to do is to market your products. Market your products in churches, in schools, take it around the streets, you know, let people know, take it to all those food vendors, those people that sell food, restaurants, canteen, take it to them, let them know you sell soap, and better still, you can give them samples to try, and then after trying the samples, and if they like it, they will call you, and then you see, that is how you grow your businesses. And before you know, you start delivering in liters, 25 liters. Like, I have people that buy 25 liters for me and the likes. You understand? So that is it. You plan to start up. You plan with what you have. You can begin. I started with 4,000 naira, but now the prices of things has changed. I feel if you want to begin your production, you can begin with 25 liters, and 25 liters is just like I think 25 liters goes for 3,000 naira now. Yeah, let's say 3,400. With 3,400, you can produce your 25. Depends on the location. Here in Lagos, it's very expensive, but right there in Ilorin, 25 liters is still for 2,400. That was the last time I bought 2,400. So irrespective of your location, if you're deciding to start up this business, these are things you have to put in place. Even if it's 5,000 naira you can start up with 5,000 naira. Just produce 25 liters, package in Coca-Cola bottles, sell 100 naira. Let the people in your vicinity rather know that you sell liquid soap, and they will patronize you. You know, those little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Those 100 naira, before you know, grows into 200, before you know, grows into 500, before you know, grows into thousands and hundreds of thousands. Before you know, you're already an employer of people making millions. Okay, so let's not despise the days of our little beginning. If you're considering starting up this business, please do and avoid procrastination. Really avoid procrastination. Why am I saying this? Someone told me, like, I think I heard someone saying she already had it at the back of her mind that she wants to start this business, you know, she wants to start liquid soap business, and then all of a sudden, boom, our next door neighbor started it. Do you understand? And next door, let me tell you something, ideas flies around. There's a saying, not just a saying. The Bible says what God says to one, what God is saying to one is saying to all, which means that same business idea God is giving to you is giving to others. So the best thing is, once you receive such ideas, act upon it ASAP. Once you receive an idea to begin a business, act upon it, because you never know if your next door neighbor is also receiving that same idea. And if he or she begins the business before you, then you are lost. You're at loss. So the best thing is, once you receive an idea, do not procrastinate. Start up immediately, and God will help us, and God will crown our efforts with greater glory. All right, guys, so that's all for the video. If there's any question, you can leave that in the comment box below. If there's any suggestion, or if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and you can share the video with your friends and families. And please do not forget to subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button below this video and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified when I upload new videos like this. So guys, if there's any question at all, don't forget to leave that in the comment box below, and I'm going to leave down in the description box the necessary steps, and I'm going to explain the steps to take to begin your own production, and I'm going to list out the list. I'm going to put down there the list of chemicals that you would be needing to start up your own liquid soap business, and I'm going to put down the link. I already did a video on how to produce, like, the main production itself, so I'm going to put down the link in the description box so you can click on it and watch, and it will help you. All right, guys, so that's all for the video, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.